Well, guess what I'm doing today? Gold sniping. Finally! This is gonna be fun. Almost there. One last steep jaunt down to the river, and this is where I'm headed. Back to the spot where I found the nugget on the riverbed. All right, I found a nice spot to hike down, and that right up in there is where I'm headed. Time to suit up. Ha! Ow! 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 Supposedly these things are supposed to fit tight, but this is ridiculous. I may need to size up next time. It fits, sort of. All right, now that I'm finally here, I'm just gonna sit here for a moment and show my adult restraint. Oh, I forgot to zip up the back of my wetsuit. Stupid. That was cold. Pioneer Polly, I don't know how you do this in the winter. I'm gonna have to get a different wetsuit. Whew. Well, now that my wetsuit is zipped up and I've been in a while, it's actually not too bad. Turns out I'm just kind of a wuss when it comes to getting into cold water. The river has definitely changed since I was here last, but the approximate spot where I found that first nugget was right in there, and I kind of worked this area right here. All right, I'm in the very spot in the river where I happened to cross that first nugget and found all those other nuggets. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. I wanted to start in this spot where I happened upon some gold 5 years ago, because I know there's gold here, but I also wanted to start here because I cleaned off part of the bedrock and wanted to see how much new gold the river deposited here from new floods just over the last 5 years. If I find new gold here, that's a really good sign. And if you missed my first video about how I accidentally found some nuggets here while snorkeling across the river, you don't want to miss it. I'll put the link in the description. It didn't take very long and I found my first few little pieces of gold for the day.
Yeah! Yeah, right there! Woohoo! There we go! Yeah! This way! Yeah, there's another! Woohoo!
In person, the gold really stands out underwater from everything else around in brilliant yellow. Even the tiny bits are easy to spot. Unfortunately, it's really hard to capture this on camera because the lighter shiny color gets washed out as white.
Oh, there's another piece right there! Yes! Right there! Yes.
All the gold I'm finding in this spot is actually flood gold from the recent floods because I already worked this spot and there's new gold here. So that's a really great sign. That means that the bank is still coming into the river and supplying new gold to this spot.
I continued to work this spot for about an hour and found a bunch more tiny pieces, but I wanted to get back onto the chunkier gold I was originally finding in this area. Most of the gold I found here was tiny bits sitting on top of a new clay barrier layer that was deposited here from recent floods, and the chunkier type gold I was finding before seems unfortunately to be mostly washed away. I love discovery, and I continue to find new things and new creatures every time I come out here. I love this place. But there's a few surprises I don't enjoy quite so much.
I thought that was a bear. There was a deer making sounds. Whew. That scared me. We do have bear around here. And I'm out in the boonies. Whew.
I wanted to keep this beautiful piece of jasper, but it wouldn't fit in my snuffer bottle, so I had to improvise. As it turns out, a wetsuit sleeve makes a good pocket. As I ventured around looking for a new gold deposit, I found bits of pyrite, and this one was a nice little cube shape. I tried searching in some deeper areas of the river, but the overburden was really deep, and I couldn't get to any gold. This guy was hanging out watching me dig and munching on little bits of stuff I was stirring up from the sand. I picked him up, and he didn't like that too much. He gave me a little pinch on the way out. But I think he liked what I was doing because he continued to hang around for a while.
Alright, I think it's time to switch masks. This one is new, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work. So, but it doesn't let water in, so that's why I bought it. But this is my old tried and true, so I don't really like the way this snorkel pulls. I'll have to constantly bite it. That one I can just relax my mouth. And the glass on this one's a little bigger, so I think I actually like my old one better.
I continued to look around in a bunch of different spots and different crevices. I found some spots that were really tight packed. And usually this is a good sign. But I kept striking out and didn't find gold in any of these. After searching around for hours, my luck finally started to change. I started working my way upriver and started finding little pieces of gold again. And I found another little crawdad friend that also decided to give me a pinch on the way out. I heard something on the shore, and I'm always aware of noises because I'm out in the boonies and there are lots of bears around here. But it was just this guy, newly hatched dragonfly, stretching his wings, getting ready to fly.
Hey there. Yeah.
Then I finally found my first decent chunk of gold for the day.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh. Oh, sweet. Yes. Woohoo! Woohoo! There, that's a nice chunk. No shit in the splinter door. I got a hold in it.
As I moved upriver, I started finding chunks of pyrite right in the bedrock. Everywhere.
Look at that. That's what it's clean. Cool.
Then my luck really started to change.
Oh, I saw something. Oh, there's two. Woo! Yeah. Oh, there's three. Where is it? Oh, yes, there is three. Yeah. Oh, there's another piece right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces. Look at that. Yoo-hoo! pieces in that one pack right here. Oh, there's another piece. Right there. Now, where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, there's a stack right here. There it is, right there. Woohoo! Oh, this is working. Okay, right there. Yeah. 6 pieces. Just a lead shot right there. There's another piece right there. Right here.
Something bumped me in the back, so I turned around and there were fish everywhere, watching what I was doing. I think they were eating bits of stuff coming out of the sand I was swishing around. As I swished the sand and gravel off the bedrock, I continued to expose little pieces of gold here and there.
There's another one. Right there. And there's another piece. Yes, right there. There's another piece. Right there. Yeah, there's another piece. Right there. Woohoo! Yeah, there's another piece right there.
Unfortunately, when I started editing the video, I realized that none of the close-up videos of sucking up the gold chunks were in focus. Hopefully I'll get some camera stuff figured out and get some nice crisp video for you next time I go out. If you have any suggestions for a good underwater camera that stays in focus within about 8 inches and has a good battery life, please let me know in the comments. Currently, I'm using an Osmo action camera.
Oh yeah, come up right there. Yeah.
As I continued to work my way upriver, I started finding more and more gold, and the bedrock got softer and rougher instead of the smooth, polished stuff I was seeing before.
There's a bit. There's a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Now. Let's go. All right. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Yeah. Oh. Woohoo! There's a little piece.
As I moved upriver, the gold chunks seemed to get bigger and bigger. I moved upriver a little ways further and found some chunky bedrock with a crack running down it. And this crack was loaded.
There's a piece right there. Nice chunk. What is that? That's a lead. Piece of lead. That's a lead right there.
Actually, I meant to save this piece of lead, and I wish I had, because looking at it now, I think it was a chunk of platinum.
Oh, there's another piece right there.
But I can't blame myself too much, because I was a little distracted by all the chunks of gold that were coming out of this crack.
Another piece. There's another one. Oh, that's big. Look at that. Yeah. Woohoo, it's a chunker. Look at that chunker. Oh, yeah.
And the gold just kept on coming.
There's a piece right there. Another one. Woohoo! Yeah. It's a nice crack. There's another one. Nice chunky piece. Yeah. Oh, there's another piece. Wow. stuff.
Not long after this, I realized that these were big chunks of decaying rusty pyrite coming right out of the bedrock.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Another two. One right there, one over here.
Alright, this is the best crack I found so far. I have a good feeling about the rest of this crack. There was a whole bunch of pieces of gold in just that one spot. I hope the rest of this crack is this good. Alright, I just started cleaning off the bedrock here, and there's gold just sitting on the bedrock. Look at this.
There's another one. Right there. Oh, I just found another one. Yeah, there it is right there.
This whole bedrock area was like a sluice box, and it was littered with gold.
Oh, it's another one. It's another one. Oh! There's another one. There's another one. Oh, there's another one. Right there. Oh, yeah! Hey, what? Oh, my goodness! 1, 2, 3, 4! There's 4 pieces right there! Oh, this is what? Oh. Yeah! Oh my goodness! There's gold everywhere! Oh my goodness! It's loaded with gold! Oh my goodness! Another one. There's another one. Right there. There it is. There's another one. Oh, there's another one. He's right here.
I really didn't expect to find this much gold just sitting on the bedrock. As I cleaned off the bedrock around the crack, I kept finding piece after piece after piece.
Right there, look at that chunk. Oh, yeah.
As I was clearing off the bedrock, I felt something bump me again. When I turned around, I saw a whole school of fish that had gathered to watch what I was doing, just waiting for me to stir up something yummy. This was a welcome distraction, and it was perfect timing. I was finding so much gold that I developed tunnel vision about my surroundings, and how stiff my muscles were getting from working that area. And it reminded me of the other reason I come out here to the wilderness, to relax and enjoy the nature and the creatures around me. At this point it was getting late in the day, and I had been sniping for hours, so I took the opportunity to stretch my muscles a bit and look around at the river creatures before I went back to work, sniping for more gold.
Oh, it's right here. It's sitting here. Goodness, and another one.
Alright, my camera battery is getting dead. I only have one left, so I want to save the good stuff. This is amazing, but they're little pieces. I have a good feeling about this crack now, even better than I did before. But I'm going to concentrate all the flakes that I find on the bottom and then turn the camera back on so you can see everything that I find in here.
Okay, that was not as easy as I had imagined. I got most of the stuff gone, but it's hard to separate the gold from all the bits of gravel. There's still some gravel in there, but there's quite a bit of gold down at the bottom. And I also found a really neat piece of jasper.
This was a nice big cube of pyrite I broke right off the bedrock. As I cleaned and scoured the bedrock, I kept finding little pieces of gold everywhere.
Alright, I'm gonna clean off the rest of the bedrock and go hit the crack. Okay, I finished cleaning off the bedrock here around the crack, and it looks really promising. I found a few more chunks of gold, and there's a chunk of gold just sitting there next to the crack. I also found another piece of jasper. I am really excited about this crack. I think this is going to be great. This gold I'm finding, I don't think is very far from home, because this bedrock is loaded with pyrite. Once I go underwater, look at all the brown spots in the bedrock. That's pyrite in the bedrock. I think this gold is coming out of the bedrock right here and upriver. This spot is absolutely insane. I am excited about this crack. Living the dream. Let's get cracking.
as I expected, this was a pretty good crack, and it didn't disappoint. This water was really shallow, so I had to work with one hand and film with the other, so I didn't always have the shot perfectly centered.
I think there's a gold chunk stuck in the straw in the sucker bottle. I'm gonna have to clean that out and then continue. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Oh, another one. a little one. That's another one. Oh, there's a chunk right there. Yes. Stuff in the bedrock right there. Look at this. I don't know how I'm going to get that out.
If you stuck with me for this long, thank you so much for watching. This video ended up being a lot longer than expected. These videos take a ton of work and a lot of time, but it's absolutely worth it to share my experience with you. Please consider subscribing, and I would love to hear your feedback. I love to interact with people with the same interests. Or just leave me a comment letting me know you got to this point in the video.
There you go. Well, that's my cue to call it a day. The sun just went down behind me. So, what a great first day of sniping on the river. This was my first official day of actually river sniping, and I really enjoyed it. It was everything I expected. I didn't find any big gold. I'm a little disappointed about that, but I found a lot of gold, and I'm definitely happy about that. So, this is the crack I was working. Bedrock down here. This crack is the spot where I found all those pieces of gold. The bedrock continues this way and goes that direction all along here. It's covered in sand. I just need to pull the sand off the top, and bedrock is underneath, and it's got gold all over it. The bedrock continues under those boulders there. Sometime I'm going to move those boulders and continue working the bedrock. But there's plenty left here to work. I'm going to have to come back next time I have a day off and work more of this bedrock and find some more gold. So now it's time to go home and weigh it all out and see how much we found. By the way, I am absolutely exhausted. I'm shaking, I'm so tired. And every muscle in my body is sore. River sniping is no joke. It's hard work. I would almost say that it's harder than working on the shore, because you're in the water. Everything is kind of lighter underwater, but could be just because I've been cold all day. If I get a new wetsuit, maybe that'll be different.
Good morning. It was too dark when I got home last night, but today is a new day and it's time for the traditional tailgate weigh-in. I'm really anxious to see how much I got. So these are two bigger rocks I found that I thought were really pretty, a piece of jasper and one with fibrous type stuff running through it that looks really neat in the light. So I'm going to put some water on those and see how pretty they are here. There's that piece of jasper. That looks really neat. Get it to focus here. It's kind of hard to tell unless it's in direct light. I think this is going to look really nice, all polished up. here's that rock with the fibrous stuff going through it. I'm gonna have to put these in a rock tumbler and polish them up. I think they're gonna look really neat. Okay, time to see how much gold I got for the day. And most of this gold I found in the last few hours of the day. I did most of my searching in the beginning of the day and didn't find a whole lot until I got on the good gold later in the day. I finally found the gold again, and I am back on the gold. So all this is from the last few hours. I'm anxious to see how much is here. Here's that fishing lure that I found. It looks pretty brand new. Probably this year. Somebody's been out there. Here's a pyrite cube, a larger pyrite cube. And a couple more pieces of jasper. These aren't quite as bright as the other one. And another chunk of pyrite type stuff. There's that little pyrite cube I saved. Okay, I've been waiting for this. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of gold for one day, my first day of river sniping. Official river sniping. I'm happy with that. That looks like significantly more than I've ever gotten digging on the shore. I think my best so far was 1 gram on the shore, and this looks to be over 1 gram. I think it's probably about 1.5 grams, maybe 1 3/4. Let's weigh it out and see how much it is. Beautiful chunky gold. I didn't find anything real big yesterday, but it is still pretty coarse and it is beautiful. I love to see it. Alright, I've cleaned and dried the gold as much as I can. I left those 2 lead looking pieces in there because I think they're actually platinum. I'll have to test them out later. Alright, let's start with a couple of these bigger chunks and see how much they weigh. 0.1 gram on that one. .08 grams. 0.08. And 0.06. Let's see how much I got. I'm guessing 1.5 grams. Oh man, we're already there. Okay, there's more here than I thought. 2 grams. 2.2 grams. Wow, there was more there than I thought I got. I'm definitely happy with that for my first day of sniping. First day of river sniping, official day, 2.2 grams. I'm really happy with that. That is some nice looking gold right there. Beautiful. So now I have 2 vials, one for the shore and one for the river. Let's start filling up the river vial. Nice. So the top vial is the stuff I found the last few times I went out searching the shore, and the bottom vial is from gold sniping yesterday. So looks like I'm catching up quick to the top vial. This is 3 partial days on the top vial, and it's interesting to see that the gold on the top vial is chunkier than the stuff I'm finding in the river, but it's also duller. The stuff I'm finding in the river is brighter and shinier looking, and they are coming from 2 different spots, because where I'm digging on the shore, it's about 1/2 mile up from where I'm finding the gold down on the river.
So I'll have to gold snipe up where I'm digging the gold and see if I can find some chunkier stuff sometime. Well, I had a ton of fun on my first official river sniping trip. I saw all kinds of creatures and found lots of gold. I can't wait to go back out and see how much I can find next time. Next time, I'm gonna figure out a better camera setup so you can see the gold better as I'm picking it off the bedrock. I hope to see you guys there. I just realized a little chunk jumped off, so I'm gonna see how much it weighs. 0.01. I thought that was a pear.